what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I have another Insurgency Sandstorm SDK tutorial video for you guys. And so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create roads using splines, or you can even use it like for a normal pathway if you really wanted to, but usually pathways you can like paint in, yeah, let's get to it. So it is pretty easy, but there is some people that might like struggle like the first few times if they haven't worked with splines before, but that's not too bad. So the first thing that you want to do is go to the landscape tab, and over here by default you will be on the sculpting tab, but you want to go to manage, and then down here you want to go and make sure you have it on edit splines. And so the first thing that we'll do is you hold left click, or you hold left control and left click, and then it will place down a spline for us. And now we're gonna make this about 300 by 1/5, or let's make it 200, and then the end fall off on 250, like so. And then the landscape deformation, this layer info that you can put in here is, if you want, like on the side, or I'll show you guys later on once we have a nice spline set up, but you can later on go and like deform the road so the actual map like fits nicely to the road. But this layer name is basically, it will add like that layer on the sides of the road, so then it like blends in to the other like materials on the map. So for instance, if I go to paint, and now I did see this doesn't work currently, I don't know, but you guys can try it. If you're not using Brushify, this might be different. But all you need to do is, if you wanna use that or put something in that layer name, you just choose one of these like layer info names. Like this one is desert, this one is grass dry, but I'm gonna use this beach. I think it's actually supposed to say beach, but I'm not sure. So you just go back to the manage tab again, and then select this spline point, and then all you put in here is beach, or whatever your whatever layer you want to use. And now the next thing that we'll do is, whilst this is selected, you just hold left control in again and left click, and then it will create the first like sort of spline for us. Now the next thing that you basically need to do is, it's all up to you on how you want your road to be, or how you want it to look like. So I'm gonna like make it like maybe like go like so. Now if it glitches through the rain, don't worry, we'll like deform the road now in a minute or two, then it will look fine. I'm gonna make it like that. And over here, if you want to now like go on from this spline point, you just select that one spline point, and then the same, hold left control and then click, and it will just join it together. Now sometimes if you make too sharp of a turn, it will like do it like that, or join it. That's not too bad of an issue, and I think that would be fine, like so. Now if you want to add like a road onto this, or another one, or join them, all you can do is basically you just select this one, for instance, and let's say I want to make a road like that goes up, like up here. And so I just hold left control in again and then click, and then it will basically have joined that road to the main one, like so. And so I also want to, let's say you also want this road to go down, you then just do the same. And so once you've like happy on how everything looks like, all you can do now is on the right here, click on control points, and then on the left here just click on all splines. And as you guys can see, those terrain that were like going through the road is now gone. And so the next thing that we'll do is actually apply the mesh of the road that we want to use to it. So what you want to do is come down here where it shows the mesh thingy, but before you do that, make sure you click on segments, and then down here where it says spline meshes, click this plus icon, and then click that arrow to expand it. And now you can add like a material override if you have like a mesh but you wanted to have a different material. You can do that as well. So I'm just gonna go back here to where I had the roads. So I'm just gonna in the content folder search for a road and see what we find. So let's scroll a little bit down and see what we can find. So here, what is this? Cobble road spline. This is a normal dirt road. Now you could technically use any kind of spline, like you can even use a spline to put like fencing around your map if you don't want people to like go somewhere. But I'm just looking, but I don't see any other kind of roads that I think I would like. Like this is like the only dirt road I can see. I'm gonna use this SM Dirt Road 1, and then what you want to do is you want to drag it in here into the mesh field, and as you guys can see, it automatically like applied it to the segments, and that's what we wanted. And now the next thing that you can do is, this is only like, this is all stuff that you can decide on your own if you want it like this. I'm gonna move the road like a small bit like up. It doesn't have to be that much, but just so that like the road is a little bit higher than the main like terrain. And then to fix it up again, we just click here on the left and say or just make sure you have control points selected, or just click control points once and then go over here and say all splines, then click it a few times, and it will like make sure it's nice and level with your road. Now it doesn't seem like it wants to like blend those that other layer that I put it in here, so I'm just gonna put it in again and see if it actually does anything. But it doesn't seem like it wants to work, but it all depends if you're using Brushify. I think this is something to do with Brushify. But what you can do is you can, after you've like made all of your roads and stuff, you can always just manually go and paint like on the sides here like the specific like layer you want here, like if you want like mud on the sides of the roads or just normal like dirt or whatever. So it's all depends whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's gonna basically do it for this video. I can quickly go into the game. So I'm just gonna quickly click build up here, and so because we placed down roads and everything, you usually needs you you usually need to build just after you've like place down a spline or any kind of building, or whenever you added stuff to your map, you usually need to let it build, and it will also like make the lighting a little bit better. So um, I will probably skip this part. Oh, okay. I thought it would take a little bit longer, but it didn't. So after it is done, we can quickly test it out. And now you can also like change what um, like physics material this particular road uses. So one thing that I told you guys or showed you guys about that override mesh is if you I want to quickly do that, so make sure you select the segments, and down here where it says material override, if we scroll up here, you guys will see there's more kinds of dirt like materials. So what I'm gonna do is quickly see, there's like an asphalt road, sand, gravel, blend sand, gravel. So I think I'm gonna use this one, or I don't see any other. Let's try this asphalt one, and let's see what it does when it compiles, or how it looks like. So this is all gonna depend on how you want to make your roads and how you want them to look like. So doesn't really look that much different. So let's try this one. Well, obviously you guys can see this looks a little bit different, and it's a bit too bright. So like I said before, this all depends on how you want your map to look like. So once you've decided on which one you want to use, you can just leave it as it is. So I'm gonna leave it with this one because I think this one looks okay. So after that, you can just click on this normal placement tab, and then you can't like modify or any of the splines. So just so it makes it a little bit safer as well. So let's quickly click build again. Now, without making the video too long, I'm just gonna let this finish, and then I can quickly play and show you guys how it looks like in game. So and it's almost done. Okay, so all we need to do now is click play, and then click deploy, and there you go, there's our little road. And depending on what kind of material, I think, or mesh that you put it on your road, it will make a different like physics material. But I do think you can also like override this, and this little glitchy thing, it can happen sometimes. You can also as well like maybe instead of how I did it, you make like a separate like spline, but you can still connect them together. I think it just did it this way. I don't know really why, but even if you walk over, it doesn't really glitch out your character too much. But yeah, hopefully you guys know the basics of how to make a road using splines. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. And also remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And I'll see you guys in the next one.